Sun Wharf near Gravesend, the Thames tug Cervia is beached following a salvage operation to raise her from the river after she sank. A few days earlier, Cervia rested on the Thames bed where she had capsized while towing a liner out of Tilbury Dock. Apparently, the tug had been unable to slip its tow rope and was suddenly dragged sideways, her engine still running. The engine room quickly flooded and she sank in 30 seconds with the loss of 6 of her 9 crew. The Arcadia, a new £7 million luxury liner, was the ship that Cervia was towing at the time. Now at Gravesend, a clearer picture of the disaster emerges. The towing hook's quick release pin, it is suspected, failed to operate. A court of inquiry will reveal the true causes of the tragedy.
Welcome to the steam tug Cervia. You are now looking at the view for the wheelhouse, showing the magnificent brass and wood steering wheels. This is the radio room. You are now in the galley. It was in this galley that the crew of 9 had their meals prepared by a 15-year-old boy. This was done in the confines and using an old-fashioned coal stove. This is the captain's cabin. That shows you the voice pipe that leads to the wheelhouse. We are now into the forward saloon area. When the Ramsgate Maritime Museum acquired the vessel, this was created into a museum showroom whereby you could read and learn of the origins of tugs and how they came into being. The flag on the right is the Watkins flag with its particular swallowtail design. This is the boiler room, which houses the 3 massive furnaces and the huge boiler, and from these the heat was provided that then in turn boiled the water and made the steam. The steam was then put through big pipes, extra large pipes in fact, into the engine room. You are now in the engine room, which is the heart of the Cervia, the massive triple expansion engine that produces 1,000 horsepower of energy, surrounded by ancillary appliances that enable everything required to make this an effective and powerful towing machine. There's various gauges, pumps and dials, an abundance of copper and brass gauges and everything that is required to make this engine work. From here we will pass the condenser, which then directly leads into the crew's cabin, and in their off-duty hours this crew cabin was the home for 5 of the Cervia's tug crew. From here we are ascending the ladder and now we're in the top of the engine room. This clearly shows the triple expansion cylinders required, and it was this room that took us 6 months to actually restore and bring it back to its former glory. Ascending the stairs that lead out from the below area, this now brings us onto the deck, and here you can see the foredeck and the winch with the Ramsgate Maritime Museum on the right hand side. This in turn shows you models of the Cervia that are inside the Maritime Museum. This is a particularly fine model. Thank you for visiting the steam tug Cervia.